Hello everyone, welcome to your darling program, The Voice of Eve. Today we have the privilege of looking at an important subject, very, very important, that is public health and our well-being. Please stay tuned with us, we'll soon be back. Health is wealth. We bemoan primary health care not being sufficient, but nobody remembers that public health is the business of everybody, and we can help ourselves to have good health through doing the right things about public health. The environment of us must be conducive and must match our desire for good health. We cannot be demeaning the environment and expect to have the best of health. Today we have to look at the subject. It's very critical and sensitive, and fortunately we have an expert in the house. Please join me. I am Dr. Violet Arene. Welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. We are dealing with a subject that is very critical to all of us, and that is public health and our well-being. We cannot expect good health without paying attention to our environment. And in the matter of public health, it's a collective effort, not only the government effort. Let us listen to some experts in the house, and we will know how to take a stand vis-a-vis public health for our well-being in our country. I have with me an expert here, Deola Pase. She trained in it in public health. In fact, she's giving me some free handouts she's distributing to our citizens in our country just to help us to have good health. And I will just say very welcome to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and I have Mofe, Ashe Mofe.
Yes.
That's your name.
Yes.
And you know what I say, Mofe? Well, very welcome.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And I want to say right away that to me, it may be biased, but I feel that in matter of public health, women are more concerned than anybody else.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
and I'm so delighted I have two women with me, because we come in contact with so many people. So, Adola, first of all, let everybody hear from you what you understand, and what you want them to understand as public health.
Okay.
Briefly.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah. Basically, public health is a science.
It's a
public
science.
health is a science, it's an act of preventing diseases, whatever you do, whether collectively, preventing diseases, okay, protecting health, and prolonging life. So there are different stages. So if you are at the stage where you can prevent the diseases, you do everything that you can to prevent the diseases. If you're at a stage where all you need to do is probably have it, and you probably need to protect yourself from being exposed further to the risk associated with it, fine. And then some have to prolong it. For example, for those who have diseases, chronic diseases, who have to manage their health. So everything that they do will be targeted at prolonging their health and managing health. So basically, public health is the organized effort of individuals and societies to prevent, or at these stages, to achieve an organized effort and to make sure that they are all healthy, to promote health.
Wonderful, organized effort, which involves everybody, and for different stages of diseases.
Yes.
And preventive. And I will ask you, what do you understand as a layman as public health?
Well, to me, what I understand that health is wealth. What I mean by health is wealth. When on your own, when you are sick, you can spend more money.
Yes.
But when you are healthy, you don't spend money. So that is why what I mean by health is wealth.
Thank you. I agree with you there, to a large extent, because Some people spend a lot of money on their health.
Yeah.
Some fly out of the country. They call it medical tourism. So when you do that, you lose money. Health is wealth. So you have to live now to be alive before you can do business. Okay, Dola, tell us more about public health. You said it's an organized effort.
Yes, ma'am.
In this organization of effort, where do you put the primary responsibility? Is it on the individual or on government?
I think first of all, it begins with you as an individual.
As an individual,
because the government is made up of people.
Yes.
Individuals. The government is made up of individuals.
Yes.
So saying that it starts within you, because whatever you have is what you give.
Yes.
So each person needs to understand that I am, as a person, I am responsible for my physical health. I'm responsible for my environmental health. I'm responsible for my intellectual health.
Yes.
Occupational health. Because these factors goes across. It's revealed in my working condition. It's revealed in what I perceive as being good for my environment.
Yes.
It's revealed in whatever. It's revealed in whether I have a job or not. Because if I don't have a job, there's no way I can get money to feed properly. Because there are these socio-economic conditions that expose us to bad health. So unemployment, agriculture, bad food, bad water, bad sanitation. So it doesn't really matter if you're wealthy or not.
Yeah.
Being wealthy doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to take care of your
Thank you. I think I can rest in there. It's an organized effort that involves individuals, whether they are rich or poor.
Yeah.
Madam, tell us something about sanitation.
Well, sanitation is cleaning our environment, how we can maintain or clean
How do you
our
see it?
environment. Actually, now in Nigeria, I don't think we have sanitation. Despite the says every Thursday we usually have our sanitation, but somehow it's as if yes in the marketplace. But somehow we find out that as they are cleaning the place, the thing goes back to the same place. So I think there is no sanitation.
There is no sanitation. And what do we attribute this evil cycle to? As we're collecting the garbage is returning. You are the expert. What is it?
One of the approaches that we have to health in this part of the world is the should I say the speed approach? Speed approach. That's the approach that comes when there's a problem, let's fix it. There's a problem, let's fix it.
Crisis management.
Exactly.
Firefighting.
Crisis management. Yeah. But then health is actually you taking steps to actually prevent what can be prevented in the first place. For example, having this education, mindset and orientation that it is not when you fall sick that you start eating healthy. That it is not when your child is exposed to cholera that you understand that you need to actually drink good water. It is not when you begin to see signs of failing health that you need to take care of your health. It's something that you can actually start. So everyone needs to be aware. So the problem is information. A lot of people are not informed on the right things to do part-time.
Is it information or lack of education?
Education is information.
It's lack of education.
Is it that they don't understand about germs? Why I'm asking this? I'm a layman. I see us most of the time swirling around in filth all around us. The gutters are filled up and stalls are placed on the gutters or by the gutters. The bins, the heavy mountains of garbage are very close to where human beings are. The stench of rottenness, decay, it's oozing into the nostrils of human beings sitting around, especially in the marketplaces. And at any rate, everywhere is like market in our country. Everywhere has stalls. You think that this is an exclusive GRA. Go to GRA, there are already stores, and people are making refuse. Is it that our people don't care? Is it a culture of filth or ignorance? Please educate us.
First of all, when we started, I said it's an organized effort. So it's an individual effort and as well as the government effort. A man who has a store and has cleaned his environment and doesn't have a place per se prepared, a properly designated place to empty his trash, should not be blamed if he throws it anywhere.
That is a problem.
So if an individual,
is that what you think?
If an individual,
well, to me actually, I think, but I will want to dispute it because some of these people, they have the mindset that by throwing this thing inside after packing their debts by the side of the gutter and going back again, they have the knowledge about it. Many of them know about it that it's bad, but actually because that was the way they were brought up. Some of them, they just like dirty, because I've seen a lot of women. This culture is part of them. They just believe in dirty. They just feel that this one is just part of me. Even if you correct them, even if you try to enlighten them, they don't want to listen. They still do what is in them.
So then what do you hope to achieve when you went to study and do research on public health? What did you hope to achieve in an environment such as ours?
One of the things I hope to achieve is to be able to inform, to bring health information closer. Yes, health information and enlightenment closer to the people. For example, there only on a few occasions you actually find, although there's a lot of health awareness going on right now, but people need to have this one-on-one as much as you can. It's like I don't want to use the word evangelism, but it's like evangelism. You have to be able to open people's eyes and mindset to the fact that, see, this is actually what you're doing to yourself. You might not be ignorant of it, but this is it. When you keep doing this is what you get. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, and that applies to everything. It applies to your health. It applies to your physical health. You understand that if you keep doing certain things, this is what you get in the end of the day. So, one of the things I intend to do is to inform as much people as I can to spread this information around. Health awareness is something that is not very. It's not an area that has been tapped to so much in Nigeria. So many, a lot of people did not even know what Ebola was until Ebola came up and they understood that, oh, my hands have to be clean. But then, your hands have to be clean anyway.
Ebola or no Ebola.
Ebola or no Ebola.
That is it.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. Yes. You need to drink. You need to eat safe. Diabetes or no diabetes, because why? You're doing yourself a favor.
Yeah.
So it's an organized effort starting from you.
Starting from us.
Exactly.
So what we are saying is, no matter what our genetics is, however we come out, what health God has given us, we have to take care of.
You have to take
preventively. Prevention. Is that what we are hearing from her? It's actually, I think public health is more of prevention. It's more of prevention, so it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
You know, so that this thing we hear. It's only recently every ailment is deemed typhoid. Please tell us, how is public health related to typhoid? We want better well-being. Everybody has typhoid. What do you have to say? And what is typhoid? Does it come from neglect of public health?
Typhoid is a disease that was caused by bacteria Salmonella typhi.
Okay.
And this particular organism is found in water, dirty water.
Dirty water?
Yes, water that, for example, water that has not been properly boiled or gone through the proper purifying process.
Yeah.
Water, dirty environment, dirty food. So when an individual exposes himself or herself to dirty water, eating out, especially because there are certain people that cook out, food vendors.
Yes.
Some of their food are not safe.
Why is it food? Because people go and buy buka, and then some of it is served by the gutter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, for example, someone who cooks by the gutter has already exposed herself and the food to death, regardless of whether the food is hot or not.
Yeah, so just hot.
Exactly.
Hot.
So when the food is being prepared, a plate drops on the floor near the gutter. It was picked.
Yeah.
It wasn't heated or it didn't go through any fire or anything or any heat to kill the bacteria. And that same plate is used to serve, and the person did not warm the food or eat the food, eat and takes it in straight away. That is easy access to various kinds of bacteria. So when the person takes it, The food you eat at a vendor by the roadside is different from a food that was prepared under safe and hygienic conditions.
Thank you very much. But is it true, tell me, or is this an old wives' tale, of that anybody that gets typhoid has eaten somebody's feces?
Oh,
I have that. That typhoid is passed through feces. Is it true, or is it a folk tale?
I believe that's a folktale.
It's a folktale.
Because actually, when you go take your food samples and you go into the laboratory and you run tests.
Yeah.
Escherichia coli is a bacteria that you're supposed to find. That it's a bacteria that indicates feces, and not Salmonella typhi. Yes, ma'am. So that is a folktale. But then typhoid is an indication that someone has not been eating properly. Someone has been exposed to food and drink under unhygienic conditions. So, if feces is how they can translate their unhygienic condition, that can't blame them.
Yeah. Well, we hear typhoid is so common. Almost everybody that goes to the hospital has typhoid. If you are saying it's because of unhygienic or unhygienically cooked food, it just tells on the environment.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are talking so much about the problem, which is actually bringing a message to us that we can do better with our health.
Yes.
Okay, what should we do? Okay. You are the expert. You studied this thing, and women carry their children to the market. The good market environment is so rotten. What do you advise us to do by way of public health at the individual level and at the government level?
Okay. At the individual level, I designed something that I also make available. Like, for example, you can choose to eat a healthy diet.
Yes.
A lot of people on their own feel like, today I'm so thirsty, I'm hungry. I'm not saying fast food, junk food, you're not. I'm not condemning them outrightly, because there are sometimes you find yourself in conditions where junk food is the only available thing. But if you keep feeding yourself with junk food and you keep...
And what is junk food?
Junk food is your fizzy drinks, your soda, your snacks, your puff, your sausages.
Sausages, puff, plantain
chips, everything that is so fast and so quick that you eat on the go. Exactly.
Samosa.
Junk food. They're all in category of
meat pie.
Your burger. Exactly.
Yes.
Fast food.
Your fast food. Your fast food. And all these foods, excess consumption of this food exposes you to diseases such as hypertension, heart diseases.
Tell us about this hypertension. Yeah. Exactly. How does a meat pie bring somebody hypertension?
This is how it works. Hypertension is as a result of the heart. It's about the heart, how the heart works, and excess pressure on the heart. So 120/80 to 139/89 is when you should actually say, you know what, whatever I'm doing, I need to stop it. Do you understand, ma? And when your heart blood pressure goes beyond 140, then you know that whatever it is, whatever harmful habits that you've been doing should actually stop. And so where all these pastries comes in is, for example, flour is refined flour.
Okay, because of
oil,
flour. Okay.
The flour, the oil, the sugar.
Okay.
The oil, which goes on to make sure, to affect everything and make sure that the heart begins to pump work excessively more than it should, and then it have effect on the health.
Thank you very much. I think we are getting somewhere, madam. You've been listening to her as I have been. Do you have any problem about public health as a layman?
Yes, very well. Actually, I will give an illustration.
Yes.
A few days ago, I went to the hospital, and on getting there, they were talking about hygiene, how to wash your hands, how to take water, to be healthy. But after a while, the same person that just taught us of hygiene, how to wash our hands, how to take care of ourselves, the same person bought this ginger garlic. He was selling it and said, everybody open your hand. Quickly, I asked him, I said, "God, you were the person now. talking about hygiene, we should wash our hands.
Yes.
And the same way in this same hospital, you are trying to tell us that we should apply this in our hand. He said, Madam, it doesn't mean. I said, in the hospital and church. So I talked to the next neighbor. I said, can you imagine somebody that just taught us something about hygiene, washing of hands, and how to take proper care of your body the same way? So actually, to me, I don't think this is between individual. Like me on my own, I learned it even as I was growing. So I felt it is individual something, because that kind of person that did such a thing, I think is just teaching it because they ask him to teach it. So definitely, so that is why I have to say
hypocrisy. Yes. It doesn't mean it.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it. Yes. You want to add something to that? Yes.
Another thing is, I don't want to say lack of education, but inefficiency in our hospitals, because if everyone keeps falling sick and they say, oh, it's typhoid, yes, typhoid might be rampant, but then everyone cannot keep having typhoid. So maybe there's a misdiagnosis somewhere.
Everybody has typhoid.
So there has to be probably a misdiagnosis somewhere where hospitals are not. A lot of people find it challenging to go to government hospitals. So maybe the private hospitals are not well equipped enough to actually diagnose correctly. That's another public health problem that we're facing.
Yes. So I think let's just face the reality here. We do have problem with public health issues.
In Nigeria, especially.
The generators are revving up fumes. We're all inhaling it. We are stagnated in the traffic. We are inhaling, terrible exhaust fumes. Factories, local factories are by the roadside revving up fumes. People are burning stuff on the road, raising up fumes. We are inundated by fumes, toxic fumes. And we also do hear that some foreigners do secretly dump toxic waste somewhere around us. So what do you have for government vis-a-vis prevention?
I think one of the areas government should look into is actually environmental health. Environmental health is environmental health, which involves the water people drink. Everyone has the right to clean hair.
Let's say it again.
Everyone has the right.
Every citizen has a right to clean hair. So I think government should hear this.
Yes, clean hair should not be something people in highbrow areas should have opportunities to get. Every Nigerian has a right to clean hair. In
other words, we are saying that government has a say in our being healthy.
Yes.
Through their own participation.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Well, viewers, you have had it all, you've seen it all. Health is wealth. Unfortunately, there is something we can do about it via public health. Public health is an individual responsibility as well as government responsibility. Everybody has to do their own part. Prevention is better than cure. There is a whole lot everybody can do to clean out our environment, to keep us on a path of good health. Let us not wait until we fall sick to start going to the hospital. Health is wealth. Prevention is better than cure. Thank you all for watching. I am Dr. Violet Arene.